I need to do something with my freaking webcam. I need to look at some like actual VTuber setups and like see how they have their shit set up so I can fucking copy it. I look and we're not even done chapter 1 yet, dude. We're not even done chapter 1 yet, dude. So we just made Aoi mad at us. I remember what we finished yesterday. Oh, I need this on too. God damn it. I don't understand why the scroll wheel does stuff. Make that a little less opaque this time. You better not have killed Aoi. I'm really sad. She better still come to work tomorrow. Oh yeah, right, she said she won't. Went through all that trouble too. If I could get a job, not freaking interviewing for it. Fucking Tomoe. Bitches be tripping if they think they're gonna steal my man. We thick as thieves. You getting lucky tonight. Oh shit. Oh shit, Shinya. Fuck this bitch. Never believed in love until I met her. She set me off feet and somehow she showed me how to become a better man. She makes me want to be the best person I can be. My heart goes out to my darling Tomoe. 2 days together and counting. Oh, fucking loser, dude. I involuntarily gag and continue scrolling. Nothing else on my newsfeed really compares to the last 2 posts. My sister wrote something about her sucky job, and a few coworkers posted about how grief-stricken they were about Kane Tsurumaki's passing away unexpectedly. Kane Tsurumaki followed close by Ichi Hanada, long before both Rui Hanato, when it started it all. 3 strangers, 3 people, all dead because of Corpse Girl. People wanted them dead, and because of that, I also want them dead. Won't forget their names. When Corpse Girl rises above all muck and filth in this world and becomes truly famous, I'll share a toast to their memories. Until then, I look forward. I need to trudge forward. I need new targets, new victims to launch Corpse Girl's name to the stars. If Corpse Girl's website becomes more than an urban legend, more than a rumor whispered in the shadows, then wow, my brain is just like not in this today. No, I need to take it slow. I can't get too far ahead of myself. I still have a lot of work to put in before I can attain my goal. The only way I can move forward is if more requests come through the website. Best way to promote the site. Flashy advertising's out of the question. I don't want the site looking like a gimmick people visit simply to pass the time. I need word of mouth, testimonials. So far the site has claimed 3 victims. I need the original requesters to spread the word about how effective their website really is. That would be perfect, but obviously I can't get in touch with them now. They remain anonymous when they request a death. No one would willingly put in their contact information when doing something so shady anyway. I sigh and scratch my head. Thinking about it like this won't do me any good. I should come back to it later. Reach my laptop sitting on the couch next to me. Maybe I'll take one more look for new requests. You never know, right? I log into the administration panel of Corpse Girl's website and check for notifications. Wait, 3:31 p.m. That was submitted just a few minutes ago. What are the chances I would check the incoming request as soon as receiving one? My heart begins to race as the attached photo downloads to my computer. I'm excited about the prospect of working on a new request for the evening. You know, who will the poor sucker be to succumb to Corpse Girl's whims? This isn't Corpse Party. Nope. It's us? That's fucking awkward. Fucking Tomoe. She's a cutie? Yeah, she is. Also, good morning, Ray. Somebody's requested my death.
Somebody wants me dead?
It's fucking Tomoe, dude.
I can't believe it! It finally happened! I know exactly who
Are we gonna kill
requested my
Tomoe?
death.
Last stream cover title was, what? No wonder you like her? I like this character a lot.
Tomoe!
We're gonna kill Tomoe?
That stupid, vapid bitch!
Yeah, you tell her. Tomoe Wanatame. The only the one person who hates me more than I hate myself. Of course she's the one who uploaded my photo. Of course she wants Corpse Girl to take care of me. She's been looking for someone to test the website on her. Her noise post since the start of the week confirms that. She's been getting increasingly obsessed with tormenting me lately. I'm willing to bet that when I disliked her latest post, it finally triggered her request to my death.
Tomoe, you brainless whore! I am Corpse Girl!
In a fit of manic laughter, I set to work Are we actually doing it? I'm gonna make my corpse look so realistic that she'll think she succeeded in getting me killed. And then, when her guard's down, we're gonna kill Tomoe. I'm so excited.
No sign of Sato yet? I wonder if she got held up. It's not exactly professional to be late on your first day of work.
I grind my teeth and hope that Shinya can make sense of my anxiety.
She'll be here.
I don't believe the bitter words that tumble out of my mouth. Send another message to Aoi's seemingly abandoned phone, not exactly expecting a reply.
Actually, she's not the only one absent. Tomo isn't here either.
He doesn't need to tell me that. I've been watching her desk like a hawk ever since I came in this morning. A small surprise waiting for her on top of her desk drawer, courtesy of yours truly. I've been eagerly anticipating her arrival for an hour now.
We had a late night last night, so...
Oh, they actually did do it.
Up on time.
Good for you, Shinya. I taste something foul in my mouth. I don't really need Shinya's recap of his night with Tomoe.
Don't you have work to do?
Of course, I need to...
His vocalized thoughts trail off as he wandered away. I return my focus to my keyboard in front of me. As I type, letters scroll across my screen, seemingly slower than usual. No Aoi, no Tomoe. The static drone of the office environment is just as loud as ever. Without those two here, something feels off. Aoi should be missing her first day of work. Say what you want about Tomoe, at the very least, she's punctual. For her to be this late's unusual.
Kurosawa, a word, if you please.
Ma'am? A soft but sharp voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I look up to find a middle-aged woman standing over me, one hand beckoning me with an intimidating fashion. Kotomi Ida, an executive who oversees a lot of juniors on this floor. I deal with her a few times a week. She is a serious and critical person. Whew. I am just not reading today. But I've seen a warm aside her if she chats with her colleagues on her own level.
Miss Ida, did you need something?
Please, come with me.
I reluctantly rise from my chair and follow her through the office. She leads me to one of the glass-screened cubicles that line one of the walls of the office. Special spaces reserved for meetings and temporary workstations.
Take a seat.
Follow her instructions, sitting down one of the bright, colorful plastic chairs that fill the small
A
enclosure.
new employee was supposed to start work today. Sato, an acquaintance of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I've been trying to get in contact with her.
I see. You understand that it doesn't reflect well on Sato's character if she can't arrive on time for her first day of work, correct?
Yes, I understand. Believe me, it is very out of the ordinary for her to do something like this.
I'm sure. Fujikawa recommended Sato for the job based on your personal request. You need to be aware that since Fujikawa holds rank over you, he is the one who will be reprimanded for hiring an unsuitable employee. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that he will be punished. Rather, his recommendations will be denied for the foreseeable future. And any attempt he makes to climb the ladder, so to speak, will be vehemently refused
What?
by the other executives.
Isn't that a bit extreme? All of that because of one temp employee that didn't show up for work?
That's the way these things go. I've seen it dozens of times. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should feel some sort of responsibility to apologize to Fujikawa.
I had no idea. Honestly,
Enough. This isn't an open discussion.
Is that how my job is? I don't know anyone I work with, so I don't know, maybe.
Apologize to Fujikawa, and see if he will find it in his heart to forgive you. And please advise him to seek employment elsewhere. I don't foresee his career with us flourishing anytime soon.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever read.
That's all.
You what? What? I don't know anyone I work with. I don't need to. Tomoe abruptly exits the crucible and leaves me alone, sitting in a stupid-looking green plastic chair. Does it bother me that they highlighted green with the color red? I take some time to compose my thoughts for also walking out. I don't know what to say to Shinya. I don't even know if I should say anything. Surely, Kotomi is being a bit extreme and effectively halting Shinya's career at Temujin. And what? What are you on about? All this because I recommended Aoi for the job. I feel like an idiot, but how was I supposed to Aoi would prove unreliable? And still, it's far too extreme. Kotomi's out of line. Something else is at play here, I can feel it. Maybe Kotomi wants Shinya gone for her own reasons, but I can't imagine why. He's a junior employee. Not exactly the type to step on anyone's toes to make enemies. I turn to my desk in a bit of a huff and slump into my swivel chair. My eyes fall on my empty can of coffee next to my computer. I begin to wish I purchased more than just one this morning. Fucking mood? I glance over the top of my screen and see that Tomoe still hasn't arrived. Maybe I'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to find the gift I left for her. I'm sure she'll love it. I don't enjoy my walks to the park this evening as much as I normally do. There are too many things weighing on my mind. Aoi, Tomoe, Shinya, and Kotomi. Why is it that I'm finding increasingly finding myself drawn into office drama? I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to pursue my own goals. Working at the office is a means to an end, a way to keep a roof over my head while I have the money to achieve corpse girl ambitions. If I could quit, I would, but I can't. Not yet. Wonder if I could monetize Corpse Girl's services. Users could pay a fee to request a death, or I could even just accept donations. I get the sinking feeling that asking for money will reduce the amount of requests I get. The number of requests coming in is already depressingly low. If I reduce it any further, I could be in trouble. It's getting rid of this personal one time. Why the fuck does this send to me?
Aoi? Noriko.
Yay!
What's the deal? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't bring myself to come into the office. Yeah, well, I gathered that. Tell me why. You know, just the stuff I normally have to deal with. For real? What are we talking about here? Stalkers? Or your own battles? I left the apartment twice. I really did. But I had to go back inside each time because it didn't feel right. I had to check a few things and then check again, and in the end, I gave up and laid in bed. I must have fallen asleep because when I looked at the time, it was already late.
I sighed angrily, hoping that Aoi doesn't hear me.
Alright. It sounds like you had a rough day. I'm sorry, but the situation isn't great. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I don't think they'll be happy with you if you come in tomorrow. If I were you, I'd write a polite letter of resignation and just forget about the job. Shinya's been kind of thrown under the bus because of this. Shinya? Why? I'm not too sure myself. Since he got you the job, I suppose he was somewhat responsible for you. But because you didn't come in, it sounds like his career's in real jeopardy. Oh God. Oh no! Take a breath. You didn't know something like this would happen. I didn't either. I think this one exec has it out for him or something because it's too much of an overreaction. I can't believe it. I never wanted to cost him his job.
Yeah, well.
I know. You didn't mean for this to happen. Look, I'll try and smooth things out a little. I'll talk to Shinya tomorrow. You need to look after yourself right now, okay? Promise me you'll just take it easy tonight and relax. Okay. Forget this ever happened. Noriko will look after everything. Thank you, Noriko.
Even though you freaking flipped out on us last night.
Okay. Get some rest. Talk to you soon, Aoi. Bye-bye.
I end the call with a heavy heart. I don't actually have any idea what to do. When it comes to Aoi, I always feel obligated to just tell her anything that'll help her make her feel better. If I can actually follow through with my words, then I can genuinely make things better for her, then, well, maybe we'd have a bit of a different relationship than we do now. But I missed my opportunity for that a long time ago. Senior high school, I was never really truly understanding of her, and that cost me too much. Things are different now, of course. I've seen what she goes through, and I like to understand her a lot more now. I like to think I understand her a lot more now. My feelings for her are true, not muddled in sympathy or pity. This was a different life, and I hadn't made all the stupid mistakes. I'd probably be happy with her. But now, the best I can hope for is she remains friends with me, and we have enough to satisfy. And that'll have to be enough to satisfy me. God damn it. Bad boys. A trickle of icy sweat drops down my spine. In the near distance, sitting on a bench close to the park's exit, is an easily recognizable figure.
Come here.
Alright, her hat's kind of cute, though. I freeze in my tracks. My body keeps wanting to keep walking to reach the familiar safety of my home. My brain is engaging its fight or flight mode. From to my options, I found myself completely stationary.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Tomoe.
There's no doubt in my mind she's been waiting for me here all afternoon. She knows my route home, and obviously since I encountered her and Shinya in the very same park, I can't help but tense up as she leaps off the bench and approaches me.
You're into weird shit, right? Like, occult stuff?
Maybe? Is that what you came here to ask me?
Nah, just listen, okay? I wanted the opinion of someone freakier than me.
She really knows how to flatter a girl.
It's kind of dumb, you know, but have you heard of that Corpse Girl website thing?
Who does she think she's talking to? More importantly, how should I respond?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, right? I heard rumors too, so I checked it out. I thought the whole thing was really funny. Like, could it be for real? Anyway, maybe I kinda used it to request a death.
Is that so?
Moe pretty much straight up admitted that she was the one who requested my death. After all, I know exactly how many requests come through the site. The latest one had to have been from her.
Yeah, and, well, you know how the site works, right?
Fill me in.
All you do is put in a photo of a bitch and her phone number. Then she's supposed to drop dead. Simple as that. Thing is, no one knows how it works. Or if it works, actually.
Right. Okay, so you requested somebody's death, and what happened?
Well...
This is it. This is where she admits she uploaded my photo. Potter, stop changing. That drives me insane. Why is red highlighted in green?
You see, the dumb bitch went and died.
She was the one who killed the exec? I blinked a few times. I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
What did you say?
The chick whose photo I uploaded. She's deader than a doorknob.
Who is Tomoe referring to? My mind is racing frantically, scanning through the list of Corpse Girl's victims over the past few months. We've had two. One was a male and one was a female, so it's pretty obvious. Many people have died recently are Akane Tsurumaki and Ichi Hanada. I'm always talking about a female, so that rules out Ichi. You hate your job, welcome to being an adult. Welcome to the fucking club. Then there's Rui Hanado, but she died such a long time ago. Last year, in fact. Surely Tomoe's not the one who requested her death. It was way too long ago for her to bring it up now. It leads me to believe the only person Tomoe could be talking about is Akane. Or someone else died. Someone else I never thought out about? That's impossible. I've been so thorough in searching through the results of my work. The only victim that Tomoe could be referring about is Akane. Tomoe requested my death. Somebody. Tomoe uploaded my photo to Corpse Girl's website just recently. I take a deep breath, swallow hard, and open my mouth.
Tomoe, what you're saying is really serious. Are you sure this person died?
Yep, no doubt. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. If
Okay.
you're good with this occult junk, how do you think she died from a website? Do you reckon my request really killed her? Cause I don't really want this shit on my conscience, you know?
I don't know what to say.
Come on. I was only really joking around with the website. Didn't think for a second that it could really work. But now, this bitch is cold in the ground, and I can't sleep at night. Keeping Shinya close is the only thing making me calm lately.
Tomoe seems to be showing a little remorse, which I didn't think she had in her. If you thought the website was a joke, then fair enough. It's only natural that she wanted to play around with it. Then again, I'm kind of offended that she figured the whole thing was a fake. Corpse Girl website. The Corpse Girl has worked too damn hard to be considered a joke. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out whose death Tomoe requested. More importantly, the question of who requested my own death remains unanswered.
Tomoe, what's the name of the person you requested to die?
Her name? Oh, You might know her. It was that skank from our office, Akane Tsurumaki.
Fair enough. Well, she's well and truly dead. Moe isn't wrong in believing the website killed Akane. Moe once posted on Noise about wanting to try the website, and she was waiting to find someone to try it on. Just quit. If you want to get fired, just quit. Being fired looks bad on you. Just quit. If I recall correctly, the request for Akane's death came through Corpse Girl's website shortly after I read that post. Perhaps Tomoe made the request on the same day. So then, Tomoe was the one responsible. I assumed the person who requested Akane's death was someone in our office, but I never figured it'd be a junior data entry temp like Tomoe. How did Tomoe even know Akane? I can't even see how their paths would cross in such a large office building.
Psycho, you in there?
I step out of my thoughts and meets Tomoe's dead-eyed gaze.
Professional opinion, can a website really kill someone?
Torn between giving two replies. I could state that I believe the website worked, and therefore help increase Corpse Girl's credibility, or I could play it safe and make sure I'm not suspected of any involvement. Coward that I am, I decided to play it safe.
No, absolutely not. A website can't kill someone.
Yeah, I figured. Guess it's just a coincidence that she died. You reckon I'm not guilty then? I didn't really want the bitch dead anyway. I was just mucking around.
Yeah, you're not guilty.
Thank God. That's a real weight off my elbows, you know? I sure as shit won't mess around with sites like that again, though. I'm gonna play it real straight from now on. I gotta get my life together. I got a man to look after now.
Right. Well, good luck with that. I need to get home.
All I want right now is to get back and figure out who the hell uploaded a photo of me to the website. My mind is reeling and I'm not really in the right headspace to listen to Tomoe's drivel any longer.
Hey, for what it's worth, which ain't much. Thanks. Thanks for putting my mind at ease. I know we ain't always seen eye to eye. Well, nah. That's about it for now.
For a fleeting moment, I imagined that she was about to apologize for assaulting me last week. Possibility disappeared from my mind almost as soon as it had entered.
See you tomorrow.
He waves almost sheepishly and wanders back through the park in the direction that I came from. Alright, time to go home. I can't relax until I find out who requested my death. If it wasn't Tomoe, then the situation would be a lot more serious than I thought. It was what's-his-face. If it wasn't because of my petty squabbles with her, then someone really wants me dead. Oop. It's what's-his-face. What if it was Aoi? That'd be really crazy. Because Aoi just wants us to stop, like, looking after her. I think it was Shinya. Don't know what these are. One sec. Your shirts? Sure. There. Kenji and Momo, there's no way. I feel like Kenji wants to like adopt us. Eureka we were gonna meet in a little bit. We've already met her in the prequel. Or in the prologue prequel. Asuna. He doesn't know our phone number though. Hmm. So it has to be what's his nuts then, the dude. On a whim, I snatch up my phone from beside me and lock the screen. The bright light shines like a beacon in the darkness and nearly blinds me, but I squint and navigate to the noise app. Jiro, he told me his noise tag, didn't he? If I can remember, it'll save me the hassle of looking through hundreds of profiles with the same name just to find him. What was it? At Kojiro? It's too simple. At Koji something. Start to type different variations until an auto-predicted result pops up. Koji. That's the one. I tap the result and instantly arrive at his profile. The info in his About Me section is pretty vague, but judging by the display photo, I'm pretty sure this is the right guy. I like Peanut Butter, though. He's a good guy. I like this guy. Scroll through his feed and see he hasn't posted anything for quite some time. His most recent post is from a year ago, and it's just an updated version of his display picture. We cropped out a woman's face and body just to focus on him. I open up a direct message to him and start typing. Past 3 AM. I'm not expecting a reply until I instantly receive a message in response. He replied so quickly. I swallow and gather the nerve to ask what's on my mind. The screen says implies he's currently typing a message, but the notification simply disappears and no message comes through. Is he ignoring me? Then he does know about the website. The question is, was he already familiar with it, or did he look it up after I mentioned it? Big fan. It's hard to get a sense of his emotions through his replies. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. I don't know why I wrote that or why I ended the message with a question mark. I shake my head and wait for a response. Might be work for me. What does he mean by that? He works at a morgue? I noticed a strange smell in his clothes when we met, and now that makes sense. I gag a little and suppress the urge to vomit. A name. He can look through the names of bodies he's received? Did I ask? Will doing so put me under suspicion of being associated with Corpse Girl? I start to nervously bite my fingernails. I know that I won't get anything from finding out if he's dealt with any of the victims, but morbid curiosity tends to get the better of me. Sometimes I just have to know. Crash victim, bad. I remember him. He's still here, actually. Can't believe what I'm reading. Echi Hanada ended up in Kojiro's morgue, and he's still there? First captain? Hmm. How did you do it? I swallow hard. What does he mean? Oh shit. I messed up. He knows. Kojiro has figured out who I am. He said he was a big fan, so he's not gonna do anything. Slam my phone down. I can hear the constant vibration against the bed as Kojiro continues to message me. Shit. What can I do? Can I make something up to convince him that I'm not the one responsible for Ichi's death? Leave him by it? I'm not responding to him straight away. I'm probably inadvertently proving my own guilt. Pick up my phone between my trembling thumb and forefinger. I hold it delicately as though I suddenly become some sort of evidence that I don't want covered my fingernails. In a way, that's completely true. Stare at the messages from Kojiro. Better reply. I have to say something. Maybe. Just maybe I can throw him off my trail. Ow. Go on, neener. Really neighborhood disappointment, but that's... Ow. But that's Bunny. Not you. Not exactly a lie. If you're looking for a heart, you're not going to get one today. They're not in there. Wait, this is good. This is far better than him believing I'm Corpse Girl. He's just some fan of the website that submitted a request. Your Walmart bunny? I don't know if I want that. I have to run with this. I can't let him know the actual truth. Wow, mad. I decide to take a leaf out of Tomoe's book and act more innocent than I really am. Cragless bunny? I don't want that either. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I breathe a sigh of relief, and I think he bought the lie. Surely I'm in the clear. But this whole conversation was an exercise in stupidity. I nearly shot myself in the foot because of my own insatiable curiosity. I shouldn't have contacted Kojiro at all. The only positive thing to come out of this is learning that Kojiro works at a hospital morgue. I could potentially take advantage of this, but my sleep-deprived brain can't quite work out how. Well, I can do on that later. For now, I really need to sleep. My alarm erupts with a shrieking scream and scares me. My eyes don't open immediately, but instead I find myself tossing and turning, trying to bury my face in my pillow. I haven't had more than 2 hours of sleep, and now it's already time to get up and go to work. How the hell am I going to function today? Caffeine. Caffeine. Stand in the kitchenette connected to the living room for a few moments, completely absent-minded. I open my refrigerator and stare blankly at its dismal contents. A small tub of peach yogurt sits on the top shelf, and a half-empty jug of oolong tea rests on the bottom. Grab the yogurt and peel off the lid. Without even fetching a spoon, I pour a little into my mouth. I consume about half of the tiny portion and wipe my mouth before throwing the leftovers in the trash. That'll be enough to spike my energy for the morning. And you can normally run on an empty stomach. Any amount of calories can work as a pick-me-up. Make a mental note or two to collect 3 cans of coffee from the convenience store on my way to work. They should carry me through the rest of the day. Bam, we're gone. My body's too used to caffeine, it doesn't do anything to me anymore. Stop myself from running off my desk. I decide to rearrange my personal effects. Having something to focus on is a great way to fight off sleep. Like the other employees here, I don't tend to keep much of my workspace, yet it still manages to feel cluttered somehow. Next to my computer monitor are 3 little figurines that I've collected from toy capsule machines. They're a set of anthropomorphic coffee cans that were released as a promotional campaign for my favorite coffee brand. Each figure's about the size of my thumb. They're cute little things, and when you put a coin into the capsule machine, you never know what character you're going to get. So far, I managed to collect Captain Cafe. Oh, fuck. I don't know coffee names. Captain Cafe Aulat, Lieutenant Long Black, and Madame Macchiato. If I remember correctly, there's still 2 more I need to get. The capsule machines seem to be out of rotation now because they're being replaced with a different series of toys. If I ever want to collect the remaining figures, I'll have to buy them online. Oh well, I'm not super interested in owning them all anyway. I give each tiny figure a bit of a dusting, then set them back up next to my monitor, so they're all standing up straight and facing forward. Satisfied that they're tidy, I look at the small Oh, what about Tomoe's desk? We left something there. Uh-oh. She nods at Shinya and walks by his desk and continues nonchalantly towards her own workspace. Since her desk is in my line of sight, I have a perfect vantage point for her to watch her put her belongings down and take a seat. I feel a sudden stirring of excitement as she sits down. It's almost as if I'm anticipating something to happen. Something supposed to happen with Tomoe today? Have I forgotten something important? My tired mind can't really focus on those thoughts. I try to ignore the mild surge of adrenaline that's pulsing through me as I watch her take a seat. I distract myself by starting up my computer and looking over the list of today's tasks. So I need to collect your entries, yada yada yada. Fair enough. Yeah, boy. The next tone I hear eclipses the noise of the computer in the office, completely and absolutely. Terrified shriek slices through the air like a knife, leaving a deathly ringing silence in its wake. I scramble my feet purely out of instinct, scanning for the source of the scream. I don't have to look very far before my eyes fall upon a distressed Tomoe, kneeling on the floor and clutching her face. She's on the ground next to her desk, staring down unblinkingly, her fingers white from the strain of crawling at her own face. In the sudden chaos of people rushing to her side, I somehow managed to notice one of the drawers on Tomoe's desk is wide open. An open drawer. As tired and exhausted as I am, the significance of the open drawer isn't lost on me. I immediately realized why my body subconsciously felt excited when Tomoe came into the office this morning. I left something in her desk drawer, something I wanted her to find. Yesterday's obsession with discovering the identity of the one who requested my death caused me to forget my rebellious streak against Tomoe. I left something in her drawer yesterday thinking she was the one who submitted my photo to the website. And she didn't come into work, and it completely slipped my mind. Where's my weight one? Okay. After she confessed to requesting Akane Tsurumaki's death, I raised my suspicion of her being the one who targeted me, but it didn't remove the item from her drawer. I'm in deep, deep shit now. Before I can even lurch forward from behind my desk, Tomoe turns her head to face me. Her cold, grim eyes lock onto mine, refusing to let go. A trickle of crimson blood sleeps from her scalp, where her fingernail pierces her skin in her panic scream. Swallowing my nervousness, I break eye contact with her and stare down at the flat object I was focusing on her outcry. It's a familiar photograph, a printed image on a glossy paper. Traditional, old school, just as effective as I had hoped. But I can't make out the details from this distance. The composition of the photo doesn't elude my memory. Us. It depicts my very own corpse, toppled backwards over a tombstone, and a bloody slash streaks across my neck. Laceration lines in my stomach, and a knife protrudes from my breast. My black hair is a tangled mess. My dark eyeliner is smeared and smudged. The grimace on my face is the unmistakable mask of death. Get up! Noriko Kurosawa, stoic and unflinching in death. Noriko Kurosawa, dead atop a random tombstone in some nameless cemetery. Bizarre yet ultimately unremarkable way to die. Suits me perfectly. Proud of the work that went into this photo. The objective was to punish Tomoe for requesting my death. To create a work of art so horrific that she would beg for forgiveness when she found me still breathing. But the scene playing out before me is unlike anything I had imagined. Tomoe's face is scrunched up with hatred. The veins in her forehead threatening to burst and shower the office with a sanguine gore in any given second. Whether or not she thinks this is some sick prank is beyond my knowledge. All I can decipher from her expression is that she's likely to strangle me given the opportunity. But perhaps I'm jumping ahead of myself. I don't automatically assume that she believes I'm guilty of putting the photo in her drawer. I mean, aren't I the victim in the image? Perhaps she actually...
Who the fuck is responsible for this?
She howls like a wounded animal, a battered and beaten pup back into a corner. Clutching the photo, now torn from her bloody fingernails, she stands and plants her feet firmly on the floor. Steadfast, stern, resolute, a bulwark of immovable fury. All eyes upon her, the beach blonde gal girl with an antagonizing attitude is the center of attention in the office.
This photo is disgusting! Absolutely sick! Who made it?
From the confused and puzzled faces of about 20 or so employees huddled around, it's obvious that no one really knows what Tomoe is talking about. The photo is small, and with her clutching it tightly and waving it around frantically, it's impossible for anyone to make out the detail. I'm bold enough to assume that no one else has managed to properly glimpse it yet. And maybe I can prevent our coworkers from getting a closer look if I act fast. I darted out from behind the desk and approached Tomoe.
Let me see.
Tomoe aggressively thrusts the photo at me. Take a cursory look at it and gasp aloud to add credibility to my acting. Adopting a fake counterstance of shock, I grab Tomoe by the shoulder and pull her close to me. Bow my head against hers so we stand intimately in the middle of the crowd, forehead to forehead, our eyes fixed on one another. I hope my beating heart isn't loud enough for Tomoe to notice as we stand close to each other. I whisper softly, my pulse quickening as I try to make my words sound urgent and confident rather than broken and anxious.
Come with me. I need to talk to you.
Tomoe tenses and stiffens, but she murmurs something that sounds like an agreement. I pull away from her and grab her wrist and lead her out of the office. We exit from the throng of onlookers scratching their heads and dart towards the elevator. Shinya says nothing as we pass him, he just looks on with a pale face. The elevator ride down is silent and awkward, but eventually the doors open to reveal the ground floor lobby. We weave between the scattered couches and sculptures and make a frantic dash to the exit. We finally emerge outside into the brisk morning air. Trying hard to catch my breath, I notice that Tomoe isn't nearly as exhausted as I am. I want to chalk up my wheezing condition to lack of sleep, but I know it's just an excuse for my poor physical exercise. Tomoe's still holding the photo in her hand. She looks at it once more in disgust and faces me with one hand on her hip.
You want to tell me what the fuck this is?
Look, it's difficult to explain, but I'll try my best.
I want to find out who planted this in my drawer. And look at this.
She thrusts the photo at me once again. She uses the point of the thumb to indicate the timestamp printed on the bottom of the image.
It's got yesterday's date on it. A photo of your dead body, as if you've already been killed. But here you stand.
Fair enough. The photo bears yesterday's date. The timestamp states 9:06 p.m. I marked it as such and was under the belief that Tomoe would find it yesterday morning. I wanted her to anxiously wait out the day until my death accompanied the rising moon. If that didn't go down as I planned, the confusion on Tomoe's face is now self-explanatory.
I just can't believe that corpse girl wants you dead.
What did she say?
Huh? This is just like what happened to Akane Tsurumaki when I requested her death. The police found a photo of her own dead body on her phone when they investigated how she died.
What? Is this public knowledge? How did I not know this?
And now you've got a similar photo. Does that mean Corpse Girl is trying to kill ya?
Oh, what's his face told her?
But it doesn't make sense. It's already past the time it says here. And why was the photo in my desk drawer? What do I gotta do with it?
Still reeling from the information about Akane Tsurumaki, the police discovered the corpse photo on her phone. Of course they did. Of course they would investigate her death. It's foolish of me to assume the photo wouldn't come to light. Moe grits her teeth and tenderly touches a finger to her bloodied cut on her scalp. Place her fingernail slashed into an anguish. Looks at her fingertip and revulsion, that's the word, in size.
Look, maybe it's my fault that Akane Tsurumaki ended up down the well. Maybe it's not. The least I can do is make sure that the fucking corpse girl doesn't come to get you as well.
Wait, you care?
You ain't my friend or nothing, but sluts gotta stick it out together, right? I don't want another cold bitch on my conscience.
I feel like these are the most touching words that Tomoe could string together. I'm somewhat flattered that she wants to protect me.
Tomoe, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I kinda do, you know? You comforted me a little when I came to you about the dead skank. Made me feel like I wasn't totally to blame, yeah? You might not be as much of a psycho as I thought. Might be a heart beating behind that flat chest.
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks?
Thanks.
Unexpectedly, the brash and brazen girl beams at me brightly. Wow, holy bees. The brash and brazen girl beams at me brightly.
I'm putting you under 24-hour surveillance. Corpse Girl's gonna have to crack my skull open before she goes sticking her fingers into yours.
Tomoe, really, that's not necessary.
Can't figure out a way to convey that I'm not actually in any danger. Well, immediate danger at any rate. It's true there's someone out there that wants me dead, but bad enough to have requested it through the website. As far as the threat of Corpse Girl coming to get me goes, I'm perfectly safe. I resign myself to simply staring blankly at Tomoe, the girl I hold so much disdain for. I know I should choose my next words carefully. Tomoe's prone to violent outbursts, even at the best of times. Fuck off. Yeah, fucking nerd.
I'd feel better with you looking after me.
You're damn right. Ain't no one gonna protect you as good as me.
Tomoe reaches forward and ruffles my hair in a tomboyish manner. Alright, I'm starting to... kinda cute now. I grimace and bear it until she's satisfied and retracts her arm with a laugh.
Now what are we gonna do? I don't totally believe this corpse girl person really exists, but still. Something or other killed Akane Tsurumaki. Pretty sure it wasn't suicide, what with the photo and all. Since you got one of them photos too, I reckon someone's out to get you.
Yeah, about that.
How about we hunker down at my place after work? Gals night in, right? If someone tries to break down the door to get to you, I'll show them what's what.
She's really insistent. I almost can't believe that the same girl that slapped me across the face last week. I feel as though we could almost be friends at this rate, but what happens when she finds that I'm not in any actual danger? Do you think I used her? Betrayed her? What if she finds out that I'm Corpse Girl? That would probably be the trigger that provokes her into slashing my throat herself. Tired as I am, I'm feeling weak of will, and I simply nod.
Sure. Let's go to your place after work.
Yeah, that's what's up. We'll do a snack run, okay? Gotta have chocolate and cake on a night like this.
All of a sudden, she freezes and stares intently into my eyes.
Shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's fine. Snacks sound good.
Snacks sound good.
Hey, don't feel pressured to eat, okay? I got a big appetite, so nothing will go to waste.
She grins, looking proud of herself. My expression softens somewhat. Somehow, I'm always displaying the minimum amount of human decency, and yet it's very touching. Somehow broken down a wall that was between us, and removed the animosity that's hung in the air since the day we met. Suddenly, she reaches her hand, the photograph held gently between her fingers.
Here. Better you have it than me.
Looking down the photo, it's pretty clear that it's me in the image. I suppose it'd be best to delete this evidence. I shred the photo carefully, making sure to completely destroy any defining features of the image. With the photo completely ripped beyond recognition, I toss it into a nearby bin. Moe smiles at me into the office building side by side. I'm starting to like Tomoe and I don't want to. Tomoe's apartment's not all what I expected it would be. For starters, it's not an absolute trash heap like I always was in my mind's eye. The place is nice, fairly modern, and probably not that cheap. She lives on the outskirts of Shinjuku, so she's a lot closer to the office than I am. It probably explains why she's usually punctual, despite her terrible work ethic. From what I can gather from my first impression, she lives alone. A few photo frames near the entrance feature some family members, including a younger brother and sister. It's funny, because she doesn't seem like the older sister type to me. The personal effects decorating the apartment aren't cheap and tacky, much to my surprise. I immediately get the feeling that she earns more than I do, even though we have the same job, so how could that be? We're both simple data entry temps. We'd surely be on the same contact and same salary. I suppose she is a little bit older than me. Maybe she had a well-paying job before we're starting work at Temujin? Or maybe she has a side job. Either way, there's no way she could afford to live here on the same salary as me.
So, would you like a cup of tea? I've got oolong, green, barley, hojicha.
Stop. Stop. That's driving me fucking insane. Stop highlighting colors and other colors. It's pissing me off. Why is green red?
So many to choose from. I didn't take you as much of a tea drinker.
Well, of course I am. It's tradition, you know. Tradition's real important.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Hojicha for me, please.
Sure. Coming right up.
As Tomoe busies herself in the kitchen nook, I continue scanning the apartment. A fairly large TV sits atop a sleek cabinet against one wall of the living area. A comfortable-looking sofa fills the rest of the room, but gives way to a small kotatsu in the corner. During winter, a kotatsu is a very valuable piece of furniture. It's a small low table with a blanket to cover your legs. Underneath is a tiny space heater designed to warm up the closed area.
I like your kotatsu. I can't even fit one in my apartment.
Oh, yeah. They're great, right? Dad actually made that one for me.
Your dad made it?
I look closely at it. I don't know much about woodwork, but the whole thing looks very solid and well made. Even the blanket spread underneath the table's surface is pleasing to look at.
It's probably not cold enough to flick the heater on, but feel free to sit down there if you like.
No, that's okay. I'm warm enough.
Memory of my childhood flickers from the edges of my mind, like a moth dancing around a flame. Sitting at the kotatsu as a child, with a warm cup of cocoa, and my big sister reading a book aloud to me. I shake my head. That was too long ago to even attempt to remember clearly, and the past never really mattered much to me anyway. Moe finished pouring the tea, and sits 2 ceramic mugs atop the coffee table and calls out to me.
Tea's up!
Thank you.
So, we gotta protect you from Corpse Girl, right? Hey, wait a minute. If you got one of them photos, that means someone requested your death, right? This whole time, I've been thinking it's Corpse Girl that wants you dead. But that ain't right. It means that someone else just asked Corpse Girl to put you in the ground.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
Not wrong. While Corpse Girl isn't actually after me, it's true that someone buddy did request my death.
Who do you think it is? Who wants you dead?
Well, honestly, at first I thought it was you.
Yeah, I mean, last week I might have been tempted to chuck your photo on the website, but nah. You work right near me in the office. If you ended up dead, someone would trace it back to me, you know? I dobbed in Akane Tsurumaki because she worked way upstairs. And we never talked, save one time when I found out she's a total skank.
Oh? So you did speak to her once? What was she like?
Fucking slut, that one. We met in the lobby. I was on one of them couches doing my makeup because I was in early one morning. She walks past me, gives me one of them looks all those snooty rich people give you. You know the type, like, I'm better than you and I know it. But you know what she said to me?
What did she say?
She says this. Honey, please wait for your clients outside the building.
Damn, that's smooth, dude. That's a good burn.
What did she mean?
Ugh, don't you get it? She was implying that I'm a hooker or something. Just by looking at me, she decided I didn't belong in the office building.
Ah,
It really pissed me off. I'm sick of people judging me like that. Yeah, I look different from y'all, but so what? I got my own style, so just fuck off.
so you're not a hooker?
Bitch. You're lucky I'm in a good mood.
I can't help but laugh along with her.
Sorry, I was just kidding.
Yeah, I know. You're not so bad, Noriko Kurosawa.
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself, Tomoe Watanabe.
Share another laugh, and I feel my tense and guarded persona slowly slipping away. This girl, this person I detested so much just days ago, did I ever all wrong? We clashed countless times while working together, but now we're suddenly here becoming closer. Why is that? It's almost as though some sort of maternal instinct kicked into gear inside Tomoe, and she feels a sudden urge to keep me safe. Is this guilt over Akane Tsurumaki's death? Is it because she's happier overall now that she has a boyfriend? Does dating Shinya make her less pissed off at the world and less eager to lash out? I don't know the answer, but I'm glad we were able to set our differences aside.
Right. Now we've got some tea. Why don't we watch some trashy TV?
Not exactly my preferred way to spend an evening, but Tomoe welcomed me into her home, but we've all but buried the hatchet. It's only fair that I extend a hand of friendship as well.
Okay. Trashy TV sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tomoe cheers and picks up the television remote with a quick flick of her wrist. Another dull morning in the office. The chatter of people talking on the phone, the humming of the air conditioner, and the tapping of key fingers against keyboards. If I had music to drown out the white noise, I'd probably go mad from being exposed to it every day. I don't know how everyone else deals with it. It's so fucking true, dude. Like, if I forget my headphones one day when I was back in the office, I would literally just go insane. Thanks to a good night's rest, I've been able to work diligently so far. I've completed a few tasks already, but there's still a lot more work to do. As I continue to pulverize my keyboard with thin, brittle fingers, I look out over the office and see who's around. Shinya sits at his desk, his expression scrunched up in concentration, and he's absent-mindedly scratching his face with the blunt end of a pen. Turning my gaze, I observe the back of Tomoe's head as she works attentively at her computer. She hasn't said anything to me since we arrived at the office this morning. Because I know she's not the one who requested my death, I feel more at ease around her. And the photo of my own corpse destroyed, I can put yesterday's unplanned events behind me. Jesus. I need to be more careful in the future. Getting that I planted a photo like that in Tomoe's desk was an oversight I can't afford to repeat. Need to be clever, calculated, cunning. Corpse Girl's ambitions require me to be at peak performance at all times. Can't go messing up like that again. Oop. I'm lucky that no one else saw me. No one else was dragged into the whole mess. Imagine if I did something so stupid as when trying to kill a real victim. I would have ruined the entire operation. Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks softly with both hands. From now on, I'm truly going to focus on carrying out my plans. All I need to do is wait for my next victim to come through the website. I'm ready for it. Finding the identity of whoever requests my own death shouldn't be my top priority. I'm immune to Corpse Girl's wrath, so of course, so unless someone decides to come in with a knife, I'm perfectly safe. I'll check the website's request this evening, as soon as I get home. It's too risky to access it while I'm at work. With newfound resolve, I nod to myself and look ahead to the end of the day. Alright, I'm just gonna say supplements. That's what they are, supplements. The flickering notification on my laptop screen prompts a wicked grin to split my face in two. One new request. I don't waste any more time before opening up the details of the request. My heart begins to pound, and I feel the welcome rush of adrenaline flooding through my body. My eyes widen at the sight of an updated photo. Two people, two identical women. Twins? Identical twins at that. The woman on the left is... Stop doing that. It has to be doing that on purpose, just to fucking drive home a point that I haven't figured out yet. It's driving me insane. She's obviously the requested victim, but without knowing them personally, it's impossible to distinguish between the two. They both have the same stunning features, lustrous hair, and contagious smiles. It's truly an interesting request. I immediately jump to the conclusion that one twin wants the other dead. It's not only the possibility, but I like to think that's the case. It makes it exciting. This type of request only serves to reinforce my resolve. I can't wait to start catching at the victim's eyes. She will leave a truly beautiful corpse. As I wait for my secret weapon, the database of the deceased to load up, my phone tingles beside me on the couch. It's a noise message from none other than Kojiro. Where did he go? He just got up and left. That kind of irks me. It's driving me nuts, dude. I don't quite know why Kojiro told me to decided to tell me this, so I suppose he thinks I still requested Ichi's death, so... You know her identity? Oh, Corpse Girl? Jeez, are we back to this again? I mean, we could just tell him we received a picture and that should clear suspicion, wouldn't it? How did Kojiro see it? Sure, he deals with dead bodies, but surely personal possessions are removed from the deceased before they enter the morgue. I need to play it cool here and not invite any more suspicion upon myself. Photo didn't match the cause of death. I remember crafting Echi Hanada's photo. Of course, it wasn't that long ago. I used a base image of a corpse with dismembered legs hanging over a power line. It was a memorable image after all. It made a fearsome sight, but it's not something that could easily be replicated by suicide, or by murder for that matter. So I never really expected Ichi to wind up looking like that photo. When I read in the obituary, he died in a traffic accident. He must have been driving, or he was a pedestrian. Either way, he was likely a collision with a vehicle. Kojiro shares the photo in the chat. Sure enough, it's a snapshot of the corpse photo I produced for Ichi Hanada. He must have copied it from the victim's phone. Another photo is shared in the chat. This one I haven't seen before. It's Ichi Honda's true corpse, sprawled forward in the driver's seat of a wrecked car. Seeing a genuine corpse photo doesn't come as much of a surprise to me. After all, I spend countless hours twaddling through the database of the deceased. I've seen more than my fair share of destroyed lives. Not too much blood in the photo. Kinda lame compared to the gorgeous rendition of his death that I lovingly crafted. It's not entirely evident what led to Ichi's car collision, but this very well could have been a genuine accident. For my own ego, I had to pretend that Corpse Girl had a hand in it. I had to at least pretend that Corpse Girl had a hand in it. I feel pretty clever and manipulative by putting the question on Kojiro. I want to lessen suspicion on my true involvement as much as possible. The hell? How could his very first theory be right on the money? Just, who is this guy? He's stalking me or something? Does he actually know the truth? Second theory is off the mark, but I can see why he came to that conclusion. Regardless, this is the theory I want him to believe. Doubting my own methods like this leaves a sour taste in my mouth. He's right, of course. Although causing death in this manner was never my intention when I first started Corpse Girl's website. It's a possibility that did occur to me when Rui Hanato died. I spot the difference. Disgusting. I never knew the police could be so disrespectful to the dead. Well, I can't really talk. At the very least I'm not in that line of work. Coffee? What? Unbelievable. This guy wants to meet up and grab coffee? Is this conversation giving him the feeling that I'm interested in him? Does he think we bonded over discussion of dead bodies? I'm about to tell him no, but part of me hesitates and halts my fingers. Hiro has connections. The police, the morgue. It's not inconceivable that he might be a useful tool in the future. At this stage, I'm about 80% sure he doesn't know my true identity. It might be safe to meet up with him. On the other hand, I get the impression that even if he knew who I am, he would only be impressed. To gamble. It could be beneficial or it could lead me to being caught out. I might even get arrested for my involvement in 3 deaths. Though, is what I'm doing really illegal? I'm not so sure. But I think a jury would have to take my side. That's why I have to err on the side of caution at all times. I don't think a jury would take my side. Okay. Derp. Derp, derp, derp. I type out the words and hit send before I have any more second thoughts. It might be a fatal mistake, but I'm clever enough. Wrap him around my fingers and utilize his connections. Cool. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I rest my phone on the couch and look back at the laptop screen in front of me. Smiling, beautiful faces of 2 identical women stare back at me. That's right, I was about to start working on the most interesting request. There's still plenty of time before I need to get to sleep. With this thought in mind, I set about my task in high spirits. Why can't I draw like that? Why can't I draw like that? That's driving me insane. Why is green red? Whatever. There has to be a meaning behind that. Ow. Nyan. Put the gun down, Nyan. Just like her? Is it getting too relatable? I don't like this anymore. What the hell happened in our past? I feel like we were assaulted at some point in the past. Hmm.
Where the hell were you yesterday?
Were we? Oh yeah, right. We called in sick.
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
Oh right.
That's so sweet.
Moe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably so.
Listen, have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
Yeah. Thanks, though,
Huh? Thanks for what?
for thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Moe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. Despite our differences, our interactions regarding Corpse Girl have helped us both bond a little. Not counting on Tomoe and I having a lasting friendship, even just quiet peace might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people, regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect each other.
I'm at my desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
He waves and leaves that cryptic statement in the air behind her. I turn my attention to my computer and I mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to walk up my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya.
You weren't in yesterday?
Nope.
Are you well?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Aoi?
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Aoi a job.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence. I really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
When you put it that way...
I'm not trying to be callous, but what he said makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Aoi struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
This is disgusting. I have a shipment of perfume. One's called Atomic Leather, and the other is Wild Musk. I don't want to smell either of these things.
Right.
If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is his cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come into the office with a knife. Or maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and just quest Kotomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Atomic Leather? That's what it said. Who knows? I can't read this guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me, so what do I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon. Maybe she'll find a job that suits her one day.
Maybe.
Say... Seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I ask you a, personal question?
That depends on what it is.
It's related to, intercourse?
Ask away, buddy. My face scrunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this conversation's heading in.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it. You're really the only other friend I have, so...
That's kind of sad. Nia's face takes on a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
Oh, if, hypothetically speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know...
Sex?
His face turns... Son of a bitch, dude. Fucking stop doing this shit. His face turns red in an instant.
Yes, that. If someone pressures you into it and you really don't want to do it, what should you do?
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
Yes. Of course.
Alright, this game has some really rough topics. I feel like my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he's obviously seeking.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never. Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic. I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please forgive my lack of professionalism.
Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get the chance to say anything else. What was all that about? Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She's really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? Maybe it's guilt for not being able to prevent his career from going, or not being able to prevent his career from going in the toilet, but I feel like I should try and do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once the double doors close, I get off my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother you.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut? Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't. Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road. And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
I understand what's happening. That just fucking clicked. That's kind of fucked up. At least I think I understand what's happening.
Okay, I believe you.
Why are you asking me anyway? Did Shinya say something to you?
No, I was curious, that's all.
You think we're real friendly now, don't ya? Well, I don't mind some girl talk. Come talk to me anytime.
Thank you, I'll do that.
I kind of like Tomoe now. She's like, not the big bitch that I thought she... Well, I mean, she is, but she isn't. Tomoe waddles her fingers in goodbye, and I wave goodbye and return to my desk. If I take Tomoe at her word, which I find myself doing increasingly often, then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything he's uncomfortable with. That can only mean one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. But the guy admitted to me only today that only his friends are Tomoe and myself, so... Who's he talking about when he brought up the subject? I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo timestamped at 9:01 a.m. this morning. If my method worked, like it has the past few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or someone mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. It's not like I've managed to identify how Corpse Girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why than her victims. All I know is they do die. And yet, I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I tried searching manually, too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. Scoured every source I could find, nothing came up. I haven't come up with nothing. Ugh. It's possible she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible she's planning to do it. Maybe someone else is still plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back at square one. My winning streak will have been over if it really begins with the corpse photo having no effect. Make a mental note and discard the burner phone when I get home. Somehow I forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent the photo. I'm not straying too far away from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
Mad. For real, bet. A familiar halting voice snaps me out of my thoughts. The hero stands before me, wearing slightly cleaner clothes than the last time we met. It's very possible he interrupted this meeting as a date. He interpreted this meeting as a date and decided to wear his best outfit. The smell of the morgue is only faint on him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi,
Can I sit?
please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. His tall, lanky form doesn't really fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here. Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing.
Shit, that does look really good. Oh, it's just like flat out chocolate cake. Yeah, okay.
I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around and Kojiro places our orders in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback. She politely bows and asks him humbly to repeat himself in Japanese. Our order is settled. Kojiro leans forward and looks into my
Your
eyes.
glasses?
Do we? I subconsciously reach a hand to my face and check if I'm indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
I was like, wait, do we? Kojiro leans back casually and
I
shrugs.
remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time. Is he referring to when we met at the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just making conversation. This place is great, right?
It's true that a cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the varied display of cakes on the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make it the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals of what I presume to be in French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kojiro chose well.
Is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry. It's on me. How's work? The bank.
Oh, sorry. I cocked my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
Creeper alert. I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Ugh. Of course you would have read my nose profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. The conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate cake. Gâteau. The cake is delicious and moist, and my stomach growls in betrayal of my convictions. Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave. He scoops up a section with the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave my hand politely and shake my head.
Oh well.
He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Eat if you wanted. Your skin and bones.
Excuse me?
Just saying. Could stand to gain some weight.
How rude. The nerve of him. Who would say that to a young woman?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think.
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean. You're gorgeous. Just saying. Some cake wouldn't hurt.
I'm gorgeous? I feel a little flushed, and I looked at my phone to avoid Kojiro's warm gaze.
Coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature and is absolutely delightful, rich and delicate. I could drink this all day. I've probably been wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kojiro arrived, I smiled.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
This guy's really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned. Still. Phrase is kind of nice. Even if he's trying to play me with the oldest lines in the book. I figured I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question. Okay, let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22.
So, 12?
Damn. 12 years. Never thought about it. Shit, I'm old.
Yeah, man, me too.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
Wait, how old's Noriko? Do I have like a personnel profile here? I don't, okay.
How old are you? Can I
Thanks
ask
for...
I don't mind. I'm 20.
That's quite an age gap.
Phew. Okay. Right.
Is that an issue?
No, of course not. You're mature for your age. Or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
Can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a
Would
nerve.
you date an older guy?
And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type. And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
That's so.
You're sorry.
Unrequited love, huh?
He doesn't swing that way.
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. I mean, you're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
Bet. He raises his cup of coffee and a toast and takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. Maybe he's a bit more mature than I gave him credit for. He can take in a rejection without pressing the point. That speaks a lot about his character.
So, Corpse Girl.
Hmm?
Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
Wonder what her death count is.
3. 4? 3. 4 if I'm lucky. I try not to say this out loud.
Eiichi Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Cut the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead him to believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
His face lights up. I'm if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death. Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me. I'm dying to know how it goes down.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
Eh.
I can protect myself. I mainly want a corpse photo. How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting, I won't lie.
Nobel Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So, has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian? I can imagine the waiter's reaction. Ah, classic.
Jiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
Takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out of the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nod and reach for the book. I pulled a massive tome out from my handbag and with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free but snags on my bag's zipper and causes some of my contents to fly out. A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick things up. He pauses when his hands grasp with another book that he has fallen underneath strange
Horse
flower.
photography? What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try to snatch it from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro's quick, and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
Huh. English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He returns to his seat and flips through the passages, and as I finish packing my belongings away, bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
Yo, you can read this?
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first. Huh. These images.
Jiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks back at me.
Figured it out.
Brace myself for the inevitable conclusion.
Corpse Girl
Accusation.
fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct, but we go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Hey, why do you have this book? Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
Bingo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
You sent us one? Thinking quick, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo. The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
Sorry, one sec. Fucking system's garbage. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse. Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower. She makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Huh, I see.
Immediately my mind starts to kick into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, and makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism would be amazing. It'll be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It'll be the next step in realism. It's sure to convince victims to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can't be relied upon to kill themselves, then I don't have to continuously question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All the deaths would be caused by suicide. It would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forging a convincing enough corpse replica. The legwork involved in acquiring corpses would be... That's it. The answer's sitting right in front of me, with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hand.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies? legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone, mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer. I'd give away spare corpses, no problem. Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right. But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan.
Big fan.
I support her work. It's fascinating. If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
This is amazing. Never imagined this meeting could be so lucrative. If I get my hands on all the corpses I'll ever need, I can just ask them here and now. I find myself breathing heavily and I notice that my cheeks are warm, my head's feeling slightly airy. It all comes down to whether or not I want to step up my game. The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are the cases of the previous victims. Kanae Tsurumaki killed herself, there's no doubt about it. Ichi Hanada? It's possible his car wreck truly was accidental. May not have had a hand in that after all. Rui Hanado, my first ever conquest. The cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have killed herself in the position her body was discovered in. He's the whole reason I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place, after all. There's one definite suicide, one potential murder, one death that was an accident, a traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random, and when you pile in the countless failures I've encountered over the past years, well, the success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to simply kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. Jiro's help. I could acquire cadavers to make them look like my victims. This would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt, and it'll take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing props. There's lighting to consider and backdrop. One of the things to make an image from the database of the deceased, have a corpse splattered on the pavement ready to go. Entirely different thing to have it drag a body out of a morgue and plant it in position and then take photos of it. There'll be a lot to consider here, and it's not a decision I can make lightly. On top of that, I don't have the courage to ask right now. I don't have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. If I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it will lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. Extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Finished your coffee?
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Jiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and steps towards me. I stand up too and playing my best hand. I quickly lean in forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to its height. I don't think I pulled it off as gracefully as I planned.
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
I give him my best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
Yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out onto the pavement outside. It's not in my nature to seduce someone for my own benefit, so much that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off, but now I've left the cafe, I can't look back and see the effect I had on Kojiro, if any. Across the road as a shiver runs down my spine. Hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into. Is it getting interesting? weekend's here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and windows closed, I found myself at the shopping mall for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on power. I tried plugging it into different outlets. I tried plugging into my laptop, but nothing. I did give my device even the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around at home, but I turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. Couldn't even find the right type in my drawers for burner phones. So either the charger died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. Hope the latter is not the case, can't really afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to someone for a day or two without it. I'm hedging my bets on the issue being with the charger. If I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store probably have a budget charger that still fit my device. I just want to find what I'm looking for and get out of this place. Fucking mood? I think I spelled that wrong. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. From browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any signs of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up, and there were countless of new obituaries, of course. This is a big country. People die every day. But very few matched the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match had photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was dead end after dead end. I might have to just accept the fact that this latest request will go unfulfilled. Accepting it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I found myself stomping through the mall more than simply walking. A few people glancing at me, but I don't pay any heed. I wanted that woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice or despair at the fact that fell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down and down and down and down. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die. To spiral down, to die. Blah 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 blah.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
Head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, and my hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
We're a crazy person now? I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs. We're a crazy person now?
Ah! Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die, 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 die!
Is she going to kill somebody?
Mom, I'm scared. I'll kill her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I will find that twin bitch. You love her even more?
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
All right, that's enough.
Okay, crazy lady. A strong hand pulls my shoulder and hits my face hits the ground hard. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see in the blurry vision is the checkered tiled floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tugged backwards as my head lolls to the side. Shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. Stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and really awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that someone, a tall man, is holding an ice pack to my cheek. He motions me to take hold of myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
Imagine my surprise when I recognized
shit.
you.
Oh, this is fucking awkward.
Huh?
Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly. The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
This guy. I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the same guy who lives in my apartment building. The nice guy who greets me in the stairwell. The father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Nariko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I'm trying to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something familiar, some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Nariko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming? An image of a smiling woman flashes in my mind. A twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim. The one who didn't die. That's right. I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger right here, right in the mall. It's all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. Familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulous planned morning routine rarely bothers me. At the shopping mall? What was I thinking? I've been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake. Taking a pill or two every other day, or when I feel like it, isn't going to help me. Skipping days at a time, just popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house is what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines and keep a strict schedule of when I take what. Ugh. What am I doing?
Nariko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
Is that my setup in the back there? Yeah. I need all those monitors for chat. It's a monitor per person.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
Huh. I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Nariko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
Well, I have to go now. Knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Ah, yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
Metal door separating the security door from the real world opens with a screech. Broad, intimidating man enters the small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm gonna suffocate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
This man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks down on me with a sour expression.
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Nariko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
I gotta throw me under the bus like that, Kenji.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me, pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
I mean, I didn't threaten anyone, I just said I was gonna kill her.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst. Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
I wonder.
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act.
Sardonic?
I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
Sardonic. Grimly mocking or cynical. His voice drips with pure venom. This guy is not joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice back from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
Ha. The medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something and quick, or I'm not getting out of the situation anytime
See?
soon.
I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
Detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I know you're not dangerous?
Because she's like,
Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings. You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
the detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved I'm traveling lately today. I left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the bag, save for one thing, my phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realize that the last drop of power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found out that certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. Like I keep corpse photos on there, but that's what my collection of burner phones is for. There are certain things that'd be incriminating if they fell into my hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro, for starters. Then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe, and that famous singer that had hacked her phone in private Did we know about that? Aoi knows I have her photos, so she's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half Japan has seen her photos. Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me. I barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping and shrieking. I hear the scraping shriek of steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at my phone in my hands, the mirror image counterpart peering back in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup's smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I have gained some weight. My gaunt face looks fuller somehow, and the prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me. She's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some apparition, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. Sour taste rolls around my tongue as I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa steps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I can blink pretty fast. I can do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, for the love of God, go eat something. You look like
I'm getting
a starving
really sick of
child.
people telling me to go eat. Fujikawa spins on his heels with force and once again leaves me sitting alone. Take a minute to collect my thoughts for picking my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh, weak of will. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without help of peppy pink pills. Peppy pink pills, peppy pink pills, peppy pink pills. Ooh. You okay there, champ? Have we met Yuriko? Who's that? Oh, that's our sister.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
We're going crazy?
I don't want to be you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I love your hair, your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave. I love you. Don't ever change.
We're batshit crazy? How do we get blood on the floor? I read that as condiments instead of commitments. I'm going to get over Aoi. Really? Hmm. Aww. Probably. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and relax. The day is still early, and it feels good how my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to start out my cleaning first. I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for. I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way in ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging port and point it next to the couch. Flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims, fresh blood. First is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. Might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, or on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap from his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she isn't happy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of a clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. A few things of this strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Secondly, this is a photograph of a photograph. Someone snapped up a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph's in good condition, although its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across in white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who's perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet it's a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. She's an idol, singer, or an actor. It would be unheard of for something like this to happen. Fanboy gets to meet her a few times. They shake hands at events or whatever. He asks her out and she politely declines. Then the obsessed fan begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can have her. Well, that's the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some other finer details of the photo. The reason behind the requests don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm gonna work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. I should give her about 24 hours to go on and give up on life. And light herself on fire. Ow. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp of 24 hours from when I send the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time. It'll make tomorrow a very exciting day. When my goal is set, I load up the database of the seat and get to work. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses and even wash it down with water. Didn't interfere with my strict schedule. So I managed to catch the usual train, I got to the convenience store at the usual time, and I reached the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever, strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office, and we made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day is nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with him again before heading home. Being social helped me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me anyway. At least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45, and even though my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified, but even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. Bum, bum, bum. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. Actually quite pleasant to be able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioners against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Toye approaches me with a spring in her
Yeah,
step.
what up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's just being affectionate. Despite any differences we may have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but
What's wrong?
hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
Huh? Another woman?
Some fragment of my memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection, flutters around the corner of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating. No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory that was floating around the edges of my consciousness come to light. Shinya spoke to me about hypothetically about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so who was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then the relationship could be really in trouble. Really be in trouble. Is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. Tomoe's my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. It's just office drama, like usual. Mariko normally would reject it all along with these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. That's healthy, anxious, scared, and weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People that want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy, together. Swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I don't think it's seducing that's happening.
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest on his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on the floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than just a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave, and an eerie quiet descends upon the office. I remain in my chair, staring silently at Shinra's distraught face until we're the only ones left here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes you feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go talk to Shinra. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk where even my mind registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I feel like I've done... If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it is to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try to help make him feel better. But what should I even say?
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I didn't expect anything, really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content just to sit on the sidelines and simply watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone's been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person could be. I do. It could be someone from the office. It could be someone from his private life. I'm confident it's not Tomoe. Shinya is the kind of person to stand up for himself. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself. He's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinra is a victim. Whatever's happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinra will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is the guy he couldn't be... This is a guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time he heard the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point. I feel but I'm truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily, and I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe. I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure.
I feel like we met his father already.
Nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
Crap. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. The feeling shared by countless victims. Not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. A part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it would be true. Realization makes me simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
His job. And it's someone we work with. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
Somebody here then.
Speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry. I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager. An exec. And that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution Resolution sparks from deep within Shinra's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme. A scheme that I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinra takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the doors close behind him, with the familiar thumb of the elevator pans around me, I stand still and close my eyes. Count to 100 in my head, giving Shinra a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office. I'm getting scared what we're going to see there. The sun dips behind the office towers, and in the distance, while my eyes are closed, I finally finish counting. I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in traces of Shinra's footsteps towards the elevator. Don't show boobies. Don't show boobies. Don't show boobies. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? When execs have business with the junior staff, they descend from this lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
Don't be boobies. Don't be boobies. Don't get me banned. A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, like the whispers of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
Don't show boobies. Don't get me banned. Creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope the ding of the elevator arrival wouldn't be noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it.
That was Shinya's voice. Creep around the corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk. Don't show boobies, don't show boobies, don't show boobies, don't show... Thank you. Woo!
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all.
That's like a really heavy subject to get into,
How
though.
can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Katomi Ida. The executive with Shinra's career in her hands. The very same woman who blamed Shinra for the mishap of hiring Aoi. But that whole situation was in more depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
I swallow hard. I knew that Shinra was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I didn't have time to think rationally. I stride forward rather loudly and purposely bump into the desk, sending a potted pant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thump. Tomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me, her narrow eyes with hateful slits, which she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Katomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here? This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tying his shirt. Tomi's eyes somehow narrow even further, to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
Hold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya. Tomoe who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. Tomoe's absence, it falls to me to protect Shinya.
Fuck off, you filthy skank.
You fucking go, Noriko. I can't believe the foul words that stumbled out of my mouth. Apparently, Katomi can't believe it either, because her eyes simply widen and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid fucking idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my body. My words echo into her own, or I've just managed to find a temporary bust of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me loud and clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Tommy grits her teeth and veins protrude from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but by some minor miracle, I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko, that was amazing.
I nod and sway a little and then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
After you help me into the elevator, because I'm going to pass out. Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. No boobies, no boobies. Don't get me banned, don't get me banned, don't get me banned. Demon suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my face. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life and oh god. Oh god, it's gonna get worse, isn't it? I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on this phone's screen thanks to the steam that's fogged up the glass. I'm always the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a scam or spam caller trying to sell me something I don't really need. But I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. At least prepare for a cover? You're probably right, eh? Shit. Stop. Okay, I'm good. The water never stops running and greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. The phone's a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof, and I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge in the water and browse the web and just truly escape my own thoughts. Whew. Every drop smack against my phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from a noise user, Koji. Kojiro's calling me? Answer the call. This is gonna be awkward.
Noriko?
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Not really.
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
Message board noise channel is often been affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange score photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
Strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
Wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned it was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received the photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. Carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course. It was a stupid question. No one attached their name to a strange
Was
post.
hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
This again. Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number." Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting. End quote.
The first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. That's not how you spell cotton. Both posters talk about receiving a photo. That can only mean one of them is being... Alright, brain. We're almost done, buddy. You can do this. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and the other is the semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were these photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves? Or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat failure with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Yes. Once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's besides the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I might very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate's very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and the one that old Noriko probably would have thrown a tantrum over, but not me. Not the new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step out of the shower. Whew! Scared of boobies the entire time. I'm just giving my voice a little break. Prepare for... Oh my god, dude. That's why I'm always, like, scared to play visual novels. Because, like, it's really common to have, like, those kind of, like, a shower scene or something in the game, right? No boobies. No boobies. I'm trying to find a cliffhanger to end this on. He should be here by now. I was pretty clear about our meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45, and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I never once realized my identity to anyone, or revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he'll take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through this if I didn't firmly believe that.
Hi.
My neck jerks in reaction to the voice.
There you are.
Oops. Oops.
I'm late?
Yeah. Make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Sauce. Traffic?
Sauce.
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen. He looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look at the ground. He's known for some time. I was foolishly thinking myself that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion of my identity were working on
You're
him.
going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
I hate it here.
Wait, no, that's not.
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't.
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
Ugh.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Jiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head at a few degrees and to the side, slowly and surely. You can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths and.
Feels kind of strange to say things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a kind of sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then. How? How did you figure it out?
That's not how you spell cotton, okay?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh, yeah. I did, huh? I suppose
Oh,
that gave
sorry.
it away.
I'm not looking. I'm just typing and listening.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Then. Come on. Throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiji Hanada's death.
Ichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic accident. I swallowed wrong. I remember that I lied to Kanjiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicions at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested his death, so that explained how I knew one of Corpse Girl's victims. What if Kojiro's telling me now is true, and my lie actually had the opposite effect? How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiji Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
That's not how you spell foot. Ladies, gootwear. Whoa.
You lied about requesting Eiji Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you're a Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
I was the one who requested Eiji Hanada's death.
Interesting. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond any doubt. Feel all the blood drain from my
I
face.
submitted his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course, that'd make me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time?
Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
Have longer sentences.
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's sudden. We're almost done. I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming
From our
form.
discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
Damn, okay. He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods. My methods. Kojiro's a dangerous enemy. Or a powerful ally. It's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if I came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. All I have to do is make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join me.
Huh? Wait, where was I on this invoice? Shit, 151555.
Help me. Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decided to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me. A paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Me, myself, Noriko, may be vain, but Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
What are the benefits of Corpse Girl's work again? The offer's a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it's only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about them, then this whole thing will blow up back in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Jiro shakes his head, his lips pursued a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry, already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stare at the ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, as soon
Oh
as
shit,
you figured me
fuck.
out, you
Stop
knew
listening.
I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day, but you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I hope I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs a big hearty guffaw. Scared by a few nearby birds, making them fly to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms in the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing, but because I have planned this whole scenario in detail. Holy fuck, help me. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
Think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what's going on with the corpses on offer. The whole thing's illegal already, so if he wants to take it any further, that's not on me. And if I get some assistance, it'll surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move around bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes as he reverts back to his awkward alien self.
Saws about the love confession stuff before.
Saws.
Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
I kind of assumed. Seriously? I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted was a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that. The spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
A factory?
An abandoned factory for all of our corpse collection. I like the sound of that. Roll credits, motherfucker. It's pretty late by the time I get home. I'm completely wiped out. That conversation with Kojiro took way more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth feels parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking far too much. Still, I'm happy with the end result. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. Wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. Figure I should turn in for the night, since I need to be in the office in the morning. The ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeve. I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. Take a quick look for new requests. Just a peek. I open my laptop and log in. I feel a sudden urge of endorphins sung across my face as I see a notification for one new request. Feeling like an overexcited schoolgirl, I open the message and view the details. Photo loads almost instantly and fills the screen. A woman, middle-aged, stern expression, well-groomed and dressed in business attire, and immediately familiar. Omi Ida. I'm in complete disbelief. Seeing this request comes through the site. Oh, he told. I think I know how this went down. I think he told Nome or whatever her name was. Seeing a site comes through gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this minimum before. The answer hits me quickly in my mind's exhaustion. Omi Ida isn't the first coworker of mine to have her death requested. Though I didn't know it at the time, Akane Tsurumaki also worked in my building. Her death was requested not all that long ago. Omi Ida marks the second person wanted dead just within my company, and she's an exec, just like Tsurumaki. What if this is simply a coincidence? It surely has to be, after all. Moe confessed that she was the one to request Tsurumaki's death, and she seemed to regret doing so. Not this time. Not this time. No one fucks with her boy. Therefore, I have no doubt that she'd go on to upload Katomi Ida's photo to the site. Who could want Katomi Ida dead? We literally know. He isn't the most likable person, but who really is? He deals with the juniors on my floor on a regular basis. The juniors like me, Moe, Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Kotomi, Shinya prospect at the companies are dead in the dirt. That's before even diving into the true issue, their current relationship. Would he request her death as retribution? He doesn't seem like the type, but I let out a sigh. I'm far too tired to run through the myriad of possibilities tonight. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate the database of the deceased starting the request. Tackle this tomorrow. No matter the reason behind the request, Tomi Ida will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as Corpse Girl, after all. Close the lid of my laptop, throw myself down on my bed, and begging for sleep to claim me quickly. Alright, I'm gonna stop there. A new day is a good stopping point, right?
I need to talk to you.
No, you don't know where to go. Shush. Shush. I'm probably gonna take the morning off just to give my fucking throat a rest. My throat's really sore. Oh, cool, the title changed. So I'll take this morning off, and then Wednesday night we'll play more of this, and then in the morning we'll play more Song of Horror. We're not even like halfway done this, I don't think. Have I got my achievement for completing chapter 1 yet? I haven't. Well, let me look at the achievements really quick. How many chapters are there? There's 4, and we haven't even completed Act 1 yet. There's 4 and 3 endings. Okay. Cool. But for now, I'm gonna take off and get to work. I'm like really late on my lunch because I'm picking away at this shipment. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna do an outro tonight because I gotta get this done so I can take lunch. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Peace, guys. Peace.